Tiffin Self-Storage, is that one on Armstrong Street?
No, I think it's the one out there by Taco Bell and all.
I don't
By
either.
Taco Bell.
That's a whole different markets.
Okay, yeah.
But they need to fix it. Yeah. Yeah, most of them very nice.
It's gonna be 4th of July.
It'd be awkward,
No, don't get over this.
but we'd have to entertain it. Or worse if I get a second.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the Midwest Paving Claim is wrong. It couldn't be up.
It'll be what?
The Midwest Paving Claim is wrong.
Okay,
It will be, updated, it'll be less than that.
okay.
Good news.
Less is always better. On some
Is that on
things.
this new claim?
Yes.
All right. Good.
Sorry.
All right. (5:30). I'm going to call the Tiffin Common Council meeting to order. Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on the agenda are the minutes from the last meeting.
Mayor, I move that we approve the February 9th.
Yep.
I'm sorry, the minutes of
January.
the January 28th, 26th meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the January 28th meeting. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Any amendments for the agenda this evening? Hearing none, this is the first meeting of the month, and we'll begin with Board of Works and Safety.
We got updates from Cemetery Park Planning Department, Street and the Arts Commission. Cemetery and Park, cemeteries about the same as it always is. 6 burials, no cremations, no sales. Then expects things to kind of start up maybe late March as the weather warms up. That's for the park. The new playground equipment was installed in place of the barrel house. Working on the 5-year master plan. All the summer concerts are scheduled, and we kind of talked about maybe different options and plans for some of the lighting and the light poles in the park. We still need somebody to water the downtown plants this summer, so she's still looking for that. We got a few updates from Paige, the planning department, rolling out some new software. Can give you more info on that. And we kind of talked about some properties we've been focusing on, especially one over on Sweetland that Paige has been working hard on. She's been doing a really good job. Street department, Dylan's here, so if you have questions. The big thing was we got over 10 inches of snow. You guys know unless you went to Florida. That was dealt with fantastically, and then all the piles have now been removed. Those used to kind of sit for a longer period of time, but not an issue anymore. West Street's pretty much done. CCG, there's some stuff they gotta wait till spring. The East Jackson and Independence projects are progressing. East Street, I think it's East Street, will be closed for about 30 days starting next. Independence, sorry, will be closed for about a month starting next week. Now, as they lay in all the infrastructure, the utilities, work and stuff like that. Tiffin Arts Commission, you guys may have seen, there's an RFQ and RFP out for a couple things. We're getting some stuff done for downtown buildings, some vinyl coverings, and then some artwork, statues, installation pieces, hopefully for the entrances into the city. We requested a statue of Joe Vandover, so I think we'll be working on that. just yelling at everybody to get off the lawn as they drive into town.
Why
Other than
did I
that,
get singled out?
Because I like it. I like it.
Okay,
No, it's,
that's fine.
It's
You are the
something-
president of the council.
That's true. It's something we've actually talked about, better gateway signage, and better gateway, just impressions and appearances and aesthetics for like 12, 15 years since I've been back from the Army. And always trying to get traction. It seems like we're actually getting traction. I think there was some grant funding and some other sources. Getting the Arts Commission stood up helped with that, and they seem really engaged and happy, and happy to do the work. So and that's a nice board. It's full of community members that want to see positive things happen in Tipton. So, and that was it for Board of Works.
Very good. Cemetery Board.
He stated it.
Very good. Park Board, they reconvene this next month, I believe. They've been on recess for the winter.
Very much, sir.
Utility Board.
We met in these chambers last Monday evening. A few things that Jim noted on was, with the, baseball field, gonna be beginning soon. There'll be some electric sewer work, needed out there. Couple of lift pumps are gonna have to be replaced. Just some small things like that he's looking for coming up in the near future. And that was about it.
Very good. We have no items under new or old business. Jump into mayor's report. A few things to report on versus last week I had an opportunity to visit the State House. This started as a mayor's roundtable, but then we recessed, went over to the State House for some friendly conversation over there regarding current legislation. And so I've had an opportunity since to exchange some emails with Senator Buck, and then had a conversation with Representative Van Adder. So we continue to advocate on behalf of the city of Tipton and some of the challenges that we have with present legislation. So at least we're doing our part to advocate on behalf of the community. We do still have some project progress on the baseball fields. So you maybe have seen, maybe not, on social media, we announced to the community we've received our DNR permit, which was one of the major hurdles we were seeking to get over to move this project into the construction phase. Working on some final details on the contract, which is why BW is not here this evening to talk about guaranteed maximum price. But we have narrowed in some of the language with that contract. So once that's secured, signed by both parties, we'll invite them back to have a presentation about the project. But everything so far is going well. In fact, we're looking forward to when we might be able to schedule a groundbreaking. So we're at the point of the project now where we can start discussing when can we start construction. Public safety building continues to progress. We had some change orders this morning. One was for the snow guards. With the change in the roofing type for the apparatus bays, it used to be at least the rubber coating was, and the exposed fasteners created enough of a snow catch that the snow just melted off. But with this new EPDM rubber coating, the snow just fell off the back of the building. So we had to approve a change order this morning to install a snow guard so that we didn't rip the gutters off after they get installed. All of the progress on the building, again, PD and FD continue to be complimentary of the project and construction crew. So that's going well. You heard about the updates from street department on road projects. So we're, I believe, ahead of schedule potentially on East Street Independence. Which is good news. They've been able to get a lot of work done during the winter months that I don't think they plan to. So good news on that front as well. And then from the economic development side, things we now are starting to see this progression of development coming up. 31, myself and Colin Huffines are entertaining more calls, more meetings regarding it. So we're now trying to work through the strategies of securing some prospects, getting through the intense negotiations that those require. But everything on that front seems to be going well. No items under resolutions and ordinances. That moves us down to claims. And you do have 2 set of claims in your packet for today.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve for payment claims 181 534 through 181-576 in the amount of $3,594,233.04. And 181-577, through 181-634 in the amount of $1,509,666.79.
I will, a clarification on your claim 181612. It is the wrong amount. It is less than that. And so that check for Midwest Paving will be voided and reissued the correct amount.
Do we know what,
Typo.
do we know what that amount is?
Well, the claim, the 1,369,729.80 should have been 136,729.80.
Now say that again.
136 what?
136.
729.80. There was a 9 put in there between the 6 and the 7
Okay.
And the new amount's 136, 729.
for that particular
Claim.
claim amount.
Just a million.
Yeah, that's just $1 million.
So should we approve, or should we just adjust the second set of claims?
What you
With
could,
that.
what you could do is you can approve them with the, voiding the other one and putting in the correct amounts.
So we need to do two different motions for these?
It might be easiest to get the first one out of the way
Yeah.
that doesn't need amendment, and then, yeah, entertain the second one.
Let's do that.
So we have a motion to approve the first set of claims for $3,594,233.04. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions? Motion and second to approve claims in the first docket for $3,594,233.04. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention?
So
All
the
passed.
second one's 509,000 instead of $1,000,005, right?
I don't think it's an even million that's, or is it an even
If we're
million?
taking $1 million off of that other one.
So it was 1509666.79 minus 136,979.80 equals plus 136,729.80. $276,666.79.
Okay, so the second claims docket is for $276,666.79.
Correcting claim 181612. Rick, are you okay with that motion? With
Yes.
that correction?
Yes, but we don't have a second.
No.
Second.
That's correct. There's been a motion and a second to approve the second docket of claims totaling $276,666.79, which includes an amendment to claim 181,612. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention?
Aye.
One abstention. Very good. We're now at petitions, comments, and memorials.
Well, just to
public safety building, you said there'd been change orders. Is that gonna make a major money change? Or-
So far, the change orders we have approved have totaled less than $11,000. We've been handling those on of course, we would prefer 0 change orders, but before we approve those, we do verify with clerk treasurer to verify where the funding will come from. So far, we're about 65 to 70% through the project, and we've made about $11,000 worth of change orders.
In the ball fields, you said you're just getting up to the point of what that may cost, right?
We've been in those negotiations, conversations with subcontractors since October of last year. All we're working on now is finalizing who is getting that bid, and then that will inform us on the guaranteed maximum price. So those details have been ironed out. We're just working on the legalese of the contracts to make sure everyone's protected.
And we have money that's gonna cover that?
Yes, sure.
It might be good actually to explain just real briefly what gross maximum price means so the
Yep.
community knows.
That's a good note. So on a build, operate, and transfer project, the contract awardee, so in this case is Build BW, is the general contractor. They're obligated by state statute to deliver to the city a guaranteed maximum price. So what that tells the taxpayers of the city of Tipton, this council, and the clerk treasurer is that the city will pay no more, even if there are change orders or problems within the project, unless those are sanctioned by the city of Tipton, it cannot exceed that number. If it does exceed that number for unknown variables, we, the city, will not be on the hook to pay those. Build BW will be on the hook to pay for those additions. If there are cost of construction is decreases and now it's less than that guaranteed maximum price, the city of Tipton will reap the benefits. We will pay less than that guaranteed maximum price. So this is why we've seen this become popular in the state, as it helps provide assurances to the city for change orders specifically.
Are there cases where projects have came in under?
Yeah, in fact, it used to be commonplace that the contractor would keep those savings. So what happened is, and this is a broad stroke generalization, but they would change out fixings and faucets and little nickel and diming situations so that they could save money, so that they could get a payout at the end of the contract. State law has changed to protect local communities from that. So now we're starting to see contracts where the municipality or county government receives all of those savings. So we've seen that progression, but more and more projects before the pandemic came under. Since the pandemic, maybe not so much.
I guess an important one to me would make sure you're getting what you thought you were getting.
Yep.
And not getting shortchanged.
Yep. Which is why the guaranteed maximum price will detail out from a site preparation, plumbing, electrical, concrete, asphalt. It'll detail all of that information. So it's not just, here's a big number and we don't know what it pays for. It's very specific in what that pays for.
So when we started, we had to put together, there was a committee, and Envoy helped us, Bob, like put together overview so that it wasn't just like, hey, we want baseball fields and these people had no idea what they're bidding on. They had an overview, and then it forces the GCs, or in this case, the bot operators or whatever you want to call them, to put together an actual detailed, comprehensive bid as best they could.
Mm-hmm.
What you find a lot of times is they're submitting bids, and then we have 50,000 change orders, it feels like. And all they were doing was trying to be the lowest bidder.
Yep.
And then they end up being the highest bidder
Yeah.
after it's all said and done, because
Correct.
there's so many change orders. So
Yeah, this time allowed us to verify. We sent them out for bid. They responded. We qualified it, asked questions, made sure, are you bidding apples to apples or apples to oranges? Because we're not interested in oranges. So that this time allowed us to do that verification.
I just want to be assured that we're getting what we think we're.
good question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any new news on the industrial park that you can share, or?
So the city council accepted property from the county. The city then transferred it to the RDC. So the RDC is going through the process of getting 2 appraisals, which allows us to put it up for public offering, and then ideally negotiate from there on landing a prospect or prospects. So what we're trying to do at the moment is to qualify with some prospects we're working with, exactly how much acreage they require, how we can facilitate the extension of the roadway. So we're all in those conversations right now with some reasonable degree of confidence that we'll see some opportunities in 2026 in the industrial park.
Is there an RDC meeting scheduled to deal with this yet?
Every month, third Wednesday of the month. So I think this month's on February 18th. And we'll take up some action. I don't think the industrial park, the public offering packet won't be ready for approval at this meeting, but the March one, but we will have 625 West Madison come back to RDC for public offering.
How many acres do we have out there to develop? Tom's asking some good questions.
Roughly 43 acres.
Right now, like
Mhm.
uncommitted, or that's
Correct.
partially committed, or
Nothing formally, I would say at this point, but
so all in
in negotiations, yeah.
And what time are their meetings normally now?
4:30. Let me just verify at the moment. Yes, 4:30 in these chambers.
You said that was what, 43 acres about?
Yep.
I think that does it for me. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. No one else storming the podium.
Two things. The pavement cuts on Berryman Pike, I assume that's the responsibility. Miller Pipeline.
Correct. And we had a conversation with Miller Pipeline probably last year at this point. Their plan is to fix them in the spring. So the county had agreed with Miller Pipeline they could fix them in the spring. So we followed suit, thinking we would get a better product because they wanted to fill them with concrete. And anytime you mix concrete and asphalt, they seem to provide speed bumps rather than the smooth surface. So yes, those will all get fixed come springtime.
What's the status on the Plan Commission's zoning?
So the Planning Commission has a meeting this Thursday, which will take up the UDO for a recommendation to the City Council.
Okay.
Yep. We have interviews starting tomorrow for the building commissioner position. So we have some qualified candidates to interview for that. They'll probably get wrapped up either later this week or early next week. Then they'll fill out the team for the Planning Commission.
We get to meet the leader of that this week at the meeting minute.
Yep.
I can't say her name.
Oksana,
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
she's been a good resource for us to update some processes, expectations, even communications with state agencies. She's had a good list of contacts there, so it's been helpful so far.
Well, then, I guess I could do this privately, but I think before, when that comes to the council, there ought to be some sort of recommendation from the legal department on how to handle the PUD, which is a matter of ordinance right now.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'll reach out to legal counsel to get an opinion on that. And
And, I don't think it's any secret. To me, it's problematic because after you do your, and you make this change, the jeopardy I see is for someone to walk in and throw that on your desk and say, right, it's a permit, and I'm not sure you have any.
Mhm.
So I just don't think you want that to happen.
Yeah, I think just to expand on your point, PUDs are normally done in very specifically toward a project. And when the project fails, I think we've learned that sometimes PUDs have an expiration date assigned to them to protect the community because of this. So I think you raised a good point. And
And if you read the ordinance, I don't think there is an expiration.
no, correct. This one does not.
time for trick-or-treating hours? My motion to adjourn. Second.
There's a motion and a second to adjourn our meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Council has spoken.
Meeting adjourned.
That's important. It's important. Trick-or-treating hours, right? Gotta get ahead of it now. We gotta get ahead of it now.